Hi everyone, and it's been a while since I've made a video, and mainly because my phone memory is full again. I take too many photos, and there's a lot of apps on there, so I need to clear that back. I'm on my tablet just now, so hopefully this holds out, but the last time I recorded a video, it wouldn't let me upload it. So something that's been coming to me this morning, excuse my wobbly hand here, I'll try and steady it somewhere. Something that's been coming to me really strongly this morning is the amount of us that have been shadow banned, or when we start to speak the truth and we start to share the truth, there are many forces that do not want us to reveal what is actually going on. Those that have controlled the old world, the old system, are clinging on desperately. We see it in the media, we see it on social media, we see it with the last of all the mandates and supposed rules and everything that's playing out, that sadly many are still following. But this is the death throes of a dying culture, of a dying way, of the old way of being. And many of us have seen through the cracks in the matrix and the cracks in, it hasn't taken a genius to work out what's been going on. For me, it's been pretty apparent from day one. But I don't hold any, malice towards anybody who didn't see through it. There's people who have come to me who have followed the protocols and taken the cure, shall we say, but they come to seek the antidote and they come to seek help. And they hold their head up high and say, okay, I got that wrong and I didn't see that. And, I didn't need to rush and go and do X, Y, and Z, but I could have come and, whether you want to call it Reiki, healing, galactivation, what it is going deeper within yourself. When we've been, and we've all been programmed. When we've been programmed, we've been instilled with beliefs and ways of being that have not always been beneficial for us. So we've been led down a path where many were giving their power away. So many at the first sign of what they thought was disease or an illness or I'm going to say this, a cough, a cold, a runny nose, a sore throat, they've gone to seek something out with themselves. And a conversation with a friend yesterday, and Convid, as I'll say, just in case the algorithms pick this up, had mentioned that more people that we knew had Convid, and there's lots of people I know that have had it. And I myself, just a couple of months ago, had 2 weeks of feeling like I could die. I mean, I had every so-called symptom, and I could barely eat and I could barely get off the settee, and I had 4 days of that last March as well. But not once have I identified it as Convid, because to me, Convid is an AI, it's an artificial intelligence signal, it's a rogue signal, it's not natural, it's not organic. So when I chose not to identify with it, not to even, recognize that label, I don't give any power to it. The reason that I've been feeling that so many are feeling off, ill, call it what you want, is because the old system is collapsing. So are we. It's a microcosm and macrocosm. And so many people have been so busy, whether it's taking care of other people, looking to something external, not going within and looking at their wounds and their trauma and what needs healed, that often, and I know that myself when I've had my crash moments, it's been when we don't take the time to fully go within, do our own work, our shadow work, or just looking at every trauma, every trigger, when we divert ourselves and we distract ourselves and we go to try and save everyone else and jump in. And that's what I meant by a recent post. It's not always our place. I know we're all kind-hearted and we all want to help people, but I've seen this in so many people where they've spent their whole life caretaking others, looking after other people, and never ever fully allowing their own body to go through the upgrades and the initiations and what's needed for this next step in the journey. So when I felt really shit for 2 weeks, I didn't rush out, not even to take any vitamins or supplements. And yeah, I was coughing, I was weak, I could hardly stand up, I couldn't eat, I felt terrible. But I knew that it was part of the programming. So I went within myself, I slept as much as I could, I drank water, herbal teas, I prayed, I meditated, I did everything I could, but kept it really simple. And I recovered and I came through the other side. It's when people go into panic about it being Convid or anything else that they constrict and they inhibit the source field and the energy that wants to come into their body. So I knew that I had to allow the upgrade, and that meant getting rid of the old shit. So you might find yourself at the moment purging and clearing, and it might not feel pleasant, but that is just the last of it going. You know yourself when you're puking up or you're on the toilet, and yeah, I'll be graphic here. It can feel debilitating and you feel wiped out. But it's often at that moment that you surrender. That's when I'm, call it God, Source, Spirit, Jesus, whatever you connect to, angels. Excuse my wobbly hand again, but I just want to finish this, make it under 10 minutes if I can. But I just felt guided to record this. So yeah, when it feels hard going, that's part of the enemy, or shall we say, the satanic agenda, is to get us to give up and to give in. So you have to go deeper within and find that warrior. That's what I've had to do. So you may have seen lots of posts the last 2 years that you think, some of my friends joke and say, what's got to her today? But those that know me know that I'm actually a pretty gentle soul, and, I'm not a lover. I'm a lover, not a fighter, as they would say. But when you know what's happening and you know that the evil, because I don't want to say dark, because you've got the primordial womb of the mother, which is the dark energy, the really distorted energy, which wants to obliterate the light, it will do everything it can to do that, to put our light out. So this is where you've got to fight back. You've got to stand up. You've got to speak out. So I found in the last 2 years that I've gone within moments of being in truther, warrior mode, and moments of gentler pulling back, just focusing on, the people who are coming to me for sessions. And I'm going to update my website again when I'm called to. But for just now, the big message I've been getting is really staying in the now, because for years my diary might be booked up a year and a half in advance, and it did take away the spontaneity in my own life, and I missed out on a lot because I was, had so many bookings, which was brilliant because people knew what I did and would come from, miles that would come to get readings. But I needed to take the last, 3 years out to really strip back and reset everything within myself and within my business. So one of the things I'm doing today is my hands keep wobbling, so I am just clearing up the room again. See, I've just noticed that it's been put on with a tag facing that way. Can't do that, need to tidy that up. So yeah, I'm going to go for a walk soon, but I'm just dusting and clearing, and I had dumped a lot of the Christmas presents in here over Christmas time, so I like at the start of every new year, Gregorian calendar new year, I like to cleanse it in white sage, and I don't always white sage, sometimes it's drumming or tuning forks or just prayer and intention works, and it's really effective. So as of next week, I will totally be getting back into the flow of doing, I may call it galactivations, but I'm going to explain more on that, because it is a cosmic activation of all that you are. But sometimes we need to go in there and we need to clear out all that you're not first. So the healing, the clearing, the deprogramming, and for those who get this, detachments of AI and entities and parasites. So we need to go in there and totally, reset and reboot your own system. unplugging from that AI and the matrix and getting back to the natural, organic, tree of life template. So yeah, I sometimes can be very brief when I'm on social media. I don't vibe with spending most of my life online, and I might be active, having a quick look at some of the groups and posts that I do resonate with. But if I'm not, text me or email me or whatever, and we can discuss. And if you want to book a session for anything, let me know. But sending so much love, and I know there'll be a handful of you might listen to this, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. Love you.